know if we always practice smart. There's a couple of things here and there that were problematic, but overall it was a good effort, good energy. I thought we got better. Just some things we got to, continue to clean up. That's true. As many reps as you get in practice, they're not all going to be perfect, but that's what we're striving for. I thought it was a good day. Weather's beautiful. Here it's going to stay that way, which is nice. So with that, I'll let y'all ask anything you want.
Think offensively or defensively needed cleaning up?
Well, everything we do. If you have as many reps as we have, you make mistakes, you correct. Sometimes you correct them on the field when you see them, and sometimes you correct them off of film. There's a certain amount of things you got to get done in a certain amount of time. So usually what happens if you make enough mistakes on a certain play or a certain scheme, you just throw it out. Just go to the next thing. We do that every week. There's certain things that make it, and by the end of the week, certain things that don't. But just a couple alignment issues that we just got to get cleaned up offensively, and a couple things in the special teams we got to get better at.
Nick Chubb said something the other day. He's like, man, it's just week 2 when he was talking about the offense. A lot of people talk about improvement in game 1 and game 2, but do you feel like that you're kind of at a juncture where you should see some kind of marked improvement, having been on the road, out of gaining arm?
Sure.
You're kind of into it now.
I know we're going to get better. Not perfect by any means, but it's not like we're inept in any way. You can't have over 400 yards of offense and say it was an awful day. We'll be fine.
Reggie Carter wasn't out there when.
Yeah, Reggie's did not practice today.
Is it the shoulder?
Yeah.
Is this a chronic thing? Or?
I get it comes and goes.
With Chris Mays, at what point did you see him start to kind of grasp the defense? Was it sometime in the spring?
Chris has been in this defensive system for 2 years now, and I think the thing that has helped Chris the most is just the off season that he put in. I think he really got himself in tremendous condition, and he's able to play harder, and he's learning how to play better with his hands. There's certain responsibilities that down linemen have. They have to control certain offensive linemen, and sometimes you may play perfect and no one notices it. We had Sullivan. Who was Sullivan? We had way back.
Jonathan.
What's that? Yeah, Jonathan Sullivan. Sorry, Jonathan. Sully. We used to call him Sully, but he was what was he, the 8th pick of the draft or something? And a lot of people are thinking, man, he's having a bad year, because that senior year he didn't have a lot of tackles or sacks or this or that, but people understand the value of those big men being able to take double teams and let your linebackers make all the hits and things like that. But Chris he's made more plays, which is good. You got to whip somebody up front to make a play at that position. Sometimes you got to whip 2 people, but he's really coming along. Hopefully he'll keep going.
With John Atkins next to him, do you like the size that those guys bring to your interior?
Yeah, John's a big man, and he's a very athletic guy. He's in good shape too. I think that, and he's learning how to play the position as well, using his hands, and it's more than just a guy who's big and strong and all that kind of stuff. It's a guy starting to understand better what to do and how to do it. But he's coming along as well.
Can't help but notice a lot of double tights so far on offense. Is that a shoddy thing, or is that a personnel thing?
Part of it, game 1, Louisiana at Monroe. When you went 2 tights like that, 2 tights, 2 backs, it kind of simplified what they did. When you watched film, you kind of knew where they were going to line up. In just about all your other sets, there were so many variables. It could have become confusing for us, and knowing what to do is half the battle, like I've been saying all along. Knowing what to do, how to do it, and doing it with a lot of energy gives you a chance. So when we got in two tights in game one, we knew where they were going to line up, and we were able to have our get our assignments right. We felt like if we could get a hat on the right people, assignment-wise, then we would have success. So that was a big part of it there. And I don't think we ran it quite as much second game, but there was a couple times in the game where the one time we were backed up inside the 5 and trying to knock it out, we got into a bigger set there, but we didn't spend as much time in it the second game as we did the first game.
Coach, yesterday in the press conference, Steve Spurrier said that he considers Georgia a rival, but he's not sure Georgia considers South Carolina a rival. Do you consider South Carolina a rival?
Everybody in the East is a rival to me. But yes, I think if you look at the state of Georgia, most people from North Georgia want you to beat Tennessee the most. If you're on the west side, Auburn wants you to beat Auburn. If you're South Georgia, they want you to beat Florida. Over towards South Carolina, they want you to beat South Carolina, and everybody agrees that Georgia Tech is the one that everybody wants as well. So, yeah, I just think there's certain areas of our state that consider one game more important than another one. But we do have a lot of rival games, and a lot of it is because people are just very close to our border, and we have a lot of recruiting battles, and then there's a lot of history too. You play 60, 70, 80, 100 times sometimes with some of these people. You're bound to have some, some feelings that make it more of a rival game.
Mark, I think it dawned on me the other day that I don't know if you've commented on Jacob Eason, who I guess you're able to since he is a signed.
Well, I guess I am. We don't want to make too big a deal about anybody, but.
Yeah. What do you guys like about him?
Well, we're glad that he's committed to Georgia. We think he's a fine player and a really fine person, and we're looking forward to getting him here in January. And I hope that I'm not breaking any rules. You got me. He did sign that thing, didn't he? Okay, good. It's within the rules.
You want to talk about his actual skills as a
No.
quarterback and all that?
Well, we wouldn't have offered him if we didn't think he was really good.
Sure.
To see when he went like 14 for 14 or 15 for 15 or something, he had a perfect game the other day.
I read something about that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Keeping up? You keeping up a little
Keep
bit?
it going, man. Keep it going.
What are your thoughts on the new practice facility being built this January and how it'll help the first round?
Oh, I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be beautiful. Our new indoor facility will not take a back seat to anybody's facility in the country. It's going to be a showcase for us, and it's going to be also a very practical building for us to use for a lot of different reasons. Most people think you use it when it's lightning outside or raining outside, and that's it. But there's so many other functions for it that we'll be able to use, and it's going to be right where it belongs, and it's going to be beautiful. It's really nice.
How much does the Wildcat stuff they do, how much does that make you guys have to think about the personnel you want on the field at a certain time with defense?
Right. Well, you have to adjust. Anytime you get a Wildcat situation, regardless of what personnel grouping you're in, you got to have some kind of alert. You have to be aware that they're in it, and you got to have to call. Most of the time when they get in that set, most every defense in America is going to have a check for that, and we do too.
As far as the turnover margin, it's kind of picking up where last year was. It's +3. How much of that is?
I thought it was +4. I don't know who's in
+3
charge of
last
that.
game. You're probably
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Somebody said +5, then 4, but I think 3. I think it's.
It's plus a little.
plus.
Did we get one? I thought we were +1 in game 1, and we were +3. Is it +4?
Yes.
Oh, they called that a fumble. Okay, well that makes sense. So anyway, we're in a good
Yeah.
team fumble.
How much of that is just kind of, cross your fingers and hope? How much of that is
Yeah.
kind of something you all sit around and
Oh, well, we talk about it a lot. We coach it. We rep it a lot, and that's the ball security aspect of it, and and the ball disruption part of it. We actually have a period every Tuesday and Wednesday called ball security, ball disruption period. That's what we do during that time frame every day. And we usually do more than that, but it's a time set aside for everybody to get a piece of it. But quite frankly, we've had offensively, we've had the ball on the ground at least 3 times that I know of. We've gotten on each one of them, so that's been good. And we've had some interceptions right in our hands that we didn't catch. You know, that we could have had even more of a distinct advantage in that ratio. But you know, we know that's a huge stat for us, and it is for everybody in America. We hope it continues.
You,
One more?
I guess if there was anything on defensively you really need improvement last year was run defense. It appears to be markedly improved so far, but you know, we're barely into this season.
Yeah, it's early. It's early yet. I think we're sound fundamentally. I think we know what we're doing schematically. I think it's a matter of getting it done. But we'll play certain teams that really run the ball well. That'll challenge us. And I know South Carolina cares a lot about running the ball, and so it'll be a challenge for us. Every game the goal is to win first down. Every game the goal is to stop the run and force them into situations where they have to throw the football. So that really doesn't change much. Okay, game.